Hello, BookTube.
Hello.
How is everybody? We've been
It's
gone
been
for a
a couple
while.
months. Yep.
It's been a minute.
Yep.
Um, uh, we,
We'll explain where we've been.
yeah, we've it's been a really rough few months here at the Bryant house. Um, there's been all sorts of things getting in the way of us doing videos.
Sickness.
Sickness. Well, yeah. So Scott, we all know Scott lost his job, which anybody who's gone through that knows it takes up every bit of your willpower.
Yeah.
The hunt for the jobs, the anxiety, it just takes up all space in your brain. And even before that, we were having trouble with our insurance. We weren't getting medications we need. For me, I have an issue that I don't talk about much, but it's highly visible. I have psoriasis. So this right here is about 60% of me.
Maybe 70% right now.
Yeah, maybe 70%. And the thing about psoriasis is it itches constantly. It's an immune disease that attacks your skin. And it's constantly itching, and it comes with this wonderful thing called psoriatic arthritis. So you're also in pain. So 100% of the time you're either in pain, or you're itching, or you're uncomfortable.
Or both.
Or
many times.
all three at the same time.
Yeah.
And it takes up all your bandwidth.
Yep.
So our reading has suffered because of all of
Becky's
these
reading
issues.
never suffers.
My variety of reading has.
Yeah. Well, your
Well,
variety
no.
of reading started a long time ago.
I've enjoyed every second of it. I've been reading a lot of short story romances because they're like candy. I'm enjoying them. They're usually about 40 to 60 pages long, and you get your warm fuzzies, and you get to turn your brain off for a full hour, which is really nice when you're constantly uncomfortable. So I've been enjoying these romances for the last like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And
Been
you enjoy
about 4
something,
months.
keep doing it.
Yeah. I guess. But I can't enjoy the same thing for 4 months. I just can't do it. Not 4 months straight.
1 month straight is asking a bit much,
See,
honestly.
I like horror novels. I like science fiction novels. I like fantasy novels. I like mysteries. I like action adventure.
And any combination thereof.
Yeah, exactly. But you're not going to catch me reading more than maybe 4 novels of one type at one time. Ever.
Yeah. March Mystery Madness is a special kind of torture for him.
I love March Mystery Madness. I love the festivities. I want to do it again when it comes time.
We're going to be there with bells on.
And we missed Midsummer Mystery Madness because of said problems. But I love it. And it does help to give me discipline. But after about 3 weeks, I'm done with mysteries. One month I read 15 mystery books, and that was about my limit. And now I enjoyed the books I read and everything. And like I said, I want to do March Mystery Madness again. And I will do it again.
It's kind of the same way with like October. Every October we try to watch one horror movie a day.
Yep.
Or
we may skip a day and watch 2 on Saturday or Sunday.
By the time October 15th or 16th rolls around, it is madness. We're like dragging him to the living room, propping his eyes open with toothpicks.
Yeah.
Little drops in your eyes.
We both know a guy that watches like 150 movies, horror films, in October.
I don't know how he has time.
He watches them on break at work and everything.
Even still.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand either, but I don't understand how he could. Well, it messes with his sleep too. But I've had health problems as well. That's another part of the reason we haven't done anything on YouTube. I still have some of the health problems, but I do feel better. I have a bit of a headache right now, but it'll be okay.
Yeah. We'll get there.
And the funny thing is, I got a job and it went away.
It lasted a whole week.
Well, it lasted
Maybe.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, was it 2 weeks?
Yeah. Lasted 2 weeks, and then they didn't need me anymore.
We didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a bad time for them to hire me, and now I'm jobless again. But guess what? I don't care. I'm still going to make these YouTube videos. We're still going to read. We're not going to let it get to us this time. Screw all that. I don't have time for all that. Yeah, I will spend my time looking for a job, and then I'm going to enjoy my evenings, just like I do when I am working. Financially, it sucks, but you know,
we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll get there again. But yeah, that's where we've been.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back, and we're gonna be back for a while.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably this week I'm going to do a alternative romance video.
Like a science fiction romance?
Science fiction romances and short story romances and stuff like that.
Okay.
Leave out the really, really obvious ones, the historical romances and the Harlequins, because we talk about those a lot.
Yeah.
So
maybe the supernatural romance stuff.
Yes, paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we'll do something like that. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun. But we are still planning on March Mystery Madness. I knew I was gonna do it. New Worlds November starts November 1st through November 30th, and it is reading science fiction short stories like that are in this and I'll let you know, these are not that expensive on. Most of them are not very expensive on eBay. You can get a lot of these for a good price.
It has some great authors.
Oh yeah,
too.
really, really well-known authors. You know, Cory Doctorow, Robert Charles Wilson, Alastair Reynolds, Gregory Benford, just full of really great stories by really great authors. I'm going to attempt to, read about 100 pages a day of short stories. Some of these stories are probably 50, 60 pages.
I might tackle one of these myself.
And
it's going to be mostly blue alien romances, though. I'm just saying.
No, it ain't.
Might be.
The June issue of Fantasy and Science Fiction. No, it's the May-June issue. This comes out every other month. These are great. There's Asimov's science fiction stories. There's Clark's World that you can read online. There is Lotus that you can read online. I believe it's called Lotus. There is, what's the other one? Analog.
Yeah.
Also, I love them all. I think they're all great. I have about 20 of these coming in the mail. I forgot to say I ordered some of these for like $10, like 20 of them.
Nice.
Yeah, something like that. And so I'll show those. They're from the 90s, I believe. But
very nice.
Yeah, I found a great seller on eBay. So if anybody out there is interested, just look for Fantasy and Science Fiction magazine, and you will see a guy selling lots for anywhere from like $5 to $8 of 10 to 16 magazines, which I think is really cool. These used to come out monthly, but not anymore. But yeah, we're going to be involved in that and actually hosting that. So I know we took some time off, and some of our hosts have dropped off, and I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry we haven't been in touch. We haven't looked at YouTube in quite a while, very much. I've watched some BookTube videos, and it's about as far as we've gone.
Been a rough handful of months.
Yep. But we will still answer questions or comments, anything you have about our videos.
Yeah, and in a few days, very few short. I'm not wearing my watch. A few short days, we're going to be doing our kickoff video for New Worlds.
New Worlds November.
No, I can't say it.
October 1st.
Want to do it October 1st?
Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah. New World Steve Vember.
I can't. New World Steve Vember.
You just pronounce the V once. You don't have to.
New World Steve Vember.
Steve Vember.
Steve.
No, don't stop.
Steve Vember.
There you go. See, Steve, she can't even say it.
It don't sound right. Steve Nope.
She can't do it.
You get New World's November. It's gonna have to live with it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. But we will also like to have some, maybe some StreamYard.
Yes,
You know, we ought to do some StreamYard.
absolutely.
With somebody, Brandy. We want to do StreamYard with you once. You know, probably do an hour with Brandy. Maybe Brandy and Noah, or Brandy and Ian, if you all still want to be involved. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yes, it would.
Yep. And maybe even have some StreamYards with, you know, Steve.
We might be able to get Steve to do it if we concede to the Steve-ember.
Yeah. That's better. You're
I
close.
tried. I'm getting there. It's going to take practice.
But
So
this is gonna be fun. And we're really excited about it.
I'm looking forward to the alien romances.
You can't stop there.
Sure I can.
No, you can't.
Maybe could. Yeah, you can talk about that.
All right, and I'm also going to do a couple books for Victober, which I guess is going on. It goes on every year, so I'm going to do a couple of books for that. And the first one is going to be Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Have I read this?
I don't think you've read Jane Eyre.
I don't know. I can't remember, but
I'm pretty sure
I'll
you
remember
haven't,
once I get
actually.
into it, and I'll reread it if I have.
This is one of the few books I've actually reread several times.
Yeah.
This and Pride and Prejudice. I love this book.
Yep. And I'm going to do Little Dorrit, Charles Dickens, and as you see, it is rather a large book, but I don't think it's as large as it looks. It has a whole lot of notes.
Oh wow! Oh,
See
it's
that?
not, isn't it?
And,
It's
and
like
appendices, and
200 pages worth of appendices.
but it's got,
It's still almost 900 pages.
yeah, still almost 900 pages. But this is one I haven't read, and one that I have looked forward to reading for a long time. So I'm going to get to those for Victober.
I am not doing Victober. I'm not sure I can concentrate well enough to adhere to 900 pages of Little Dorrit.
You read 900 pages a week of alien romances.
They're wildly different reads.
Actually, probably 2,000 pages. You could do it.
And
You just
reading.
won't. Am I right?
I'm not talking to you. This has writing in it.
Oh, it does. Oh, well, it's not much. It's like somebody half-heartedly wrote notes in it, because that looks like the only writing there is.
Well, it's because by the time they got to there, their mind was so much mush they couldn't like do
That's
anything
probably
else.
true. That's probably true. I would imagine that's a college student's book that got about 150 pages in and realized they couldn't read.
Don't be maligning the college students.
Hey, I was a college student
Especially the ones
once.
that are reading Little Dorrit.
I was a college student once, and you know what I had to do in college? In 1 week. You remember that week?
I remember that.
It was
Oh,
it was
stupid.
English literature. I had to read 4 full-length plays and write about them.
One of which was Hamlet.
Yeah, Hamlet, A Raisin in the Sun, Madame Butterfly.
And I can't remember the other one.
I can't either. And I had to write something. I had to write about all 4 of them.
And yeah, we're talking a full-length essay about each one.
Yep.
And just... Yeah, my English degree was on the wall cringing.
Yeah, it's tough because
It's
I am not
ridiculous.
that fast a reader. I was there for a little while, then my eyesight started going a little bit, and it has killed my reading speed.
Read too much Charles Dickens.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the Dickens. It was I don't know, probably some kind of crap, some kind of trash, or something with little tiny writing that I had to strain to see. Who knows?
It's possible.
But yeah, we're doing all that this month. Do you want to talk about the stuff you've been reading?
No, honestly, stuff I've been reading has been like short story romances. And I've been reading some sci-fi romances, which I really, really enjoy. because you get this great extra dynamic to the leads, the male and female leads of each story because of it. I can't remember Ruby Dixon. I've like in the last couple of months I read.
You ought to do a video on Ruby.
All of her books. I'm going to do a video on Ruby actually during New World's November.
Okay.
And that's we're going to address that as well. And yeah, just a lot of short story romances because they make me happy.
Yep. I haven't read much of anything except short stories, science fiction short stories mostly. That's about it.
We're going to jump back in face first, I think.
Oh yeah, we are. I don't know what with. I also want to read some Star Trek books this month because there's an event going on, and I'm not sure what the reading is. Is it Voyager, Star Trek Voyager that's going to be read this month? I can't remember, or this coming month. If it's Voyager, then I will. I have a few Voyager books that I can read. I have a bunch of Next Generation books. I've got some. Where are they? Oh, they're in the bedroom. They're all in the bedroom except for this box that I can't fit on my shelves.
Well, you had one just a few minutes ago. Where did it go?
It's a Next Generation.
It had that beautiful Patrick Picard.
God.
Jean-Luc Picard on the front.
Death in Winter. I got this from a friend who is a former booktuber, and I hope he comes back. But, yeah. Star Trek, The Next Generation, Death in Winter, and I want to read this. I need to find the time. I need to find an event where somebody's reading these things, or just make time. I guess I can do that too. But I got a whole bunch of Star Trek books. I think I did a video on all of them. Like here's another Next Generation book. It's considered to be the best Next Generation book by a lot of people.
Imzadi.
Yeah. I still haven't read it. I like Peter David as a Star Trek author, though. He's cool. He wrote, well, I keep wanting to look back in here because they were here at one point, and I took them to the bedroom and put them on the shelves in the bedroom. But,
that's right.
Yeah.
We got all of our Star Trek novels on
Star Trek and Star
shelf.
Wars. I've got on a tall shelf.
Mm-hmm.
It's overpacked.
It's rapidly getting too full.
Yeah, it is. It has been too full.
Mm-hmm.
So you got anything else?
No, I've talked about what I want to talk about.
Okay, me too.
We're caught up, I think.
Yeah, I really look forward to New World's November. So if you're still interested, we're still interested, and we still want to do it, even though we haven't been here in 2.5, 3 months.
But we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Yes.
And New World's November is going to be a blast. If anybody out there is a big fan of science fiction and you want to do a StreamYard video with us, let us know. You do not have to be a co-host. Mm-hmm. We would still be happy to put some co-hosts on the video, and talk to you. But yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I'd love to do that with some other booktubers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to do some StreamYards, let's do some StreamYards. Mm-hmm. We can do some lives.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all we have for today. Keep an eye out for the New World's November kickoff at the beginning of October.
Yep.
And I'll be doing another video this week over romances that I've been enjoying. And
yeah, what I'm going to do for the kickoff is, since the first week is aliens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure for the first week is aliens. I'm going to show my TBR for the first week, which are alien science fiction books.
We know what Becky's TBR for the first week's going to look like.
It's going to involve some of this stuff and some of this stuff. Yeah, it will. Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Otherwise, it don't count.
I have a Ruby Dixon book I've been saving for November.
Seriously?
Yep.
It better be under 250 pages, or it don't won't count for that.
Most of them are. I believe it is. Pretty sure it is.
Well, I'll inspect it.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're done.
Whew.
We'll talk to y'all in a couple of days.
Yeah, well, your books are calling. Go read.